Hello everyone, this is Cookies. I've got turn 32. We've got a couple more messages. And let me see really quick if we've got any good battles. Alright, just the storming of Na'Ba. So let's go ahead and read the messages. I can't find Jotunheim, sorry. Yeah, it's all on Na'Ba. He still has the army still besieging Na'Ba. Yeah, that's all of it. Aside from that, all I can find is some 40 odd sacreds, 30 crossbows, and the losses he just took against the Bloodhound Druids. He didn't end Nap with just that, did he? I've got scouts in 75% of his northern lands by now, and Scryed his capital to be sure. I will have to deal with his god and fighting him winter again, which is going to suck, but I have the cold resistance coverage locked down with 8 Olm Sages. Shenu played me. She from Jotunheim. Yeah, definitely got played. She pieced out with Agartha and fighting Pythium to scavenge it, while both Pyrene and Pythium armies circle each other. Pieced out with Agartha and is fighting Pythium to scavenge it. Oh. I don't... We'll see. It doesn't completely look like that yet, but we'll see. Why on earth would I take 7 provinces and war with Agartha when I could have taken 7 and more provinces from Shenu without fighting Agartha in the first place? Uh, Even though it was on me for not discussing the terms of our agreement, she obfuscated the fact that she would peace out, which is not cool. I mean, it's tournament play. You gotta build up the trust, and if you're not ready to fight a war 1v1, you should not be entering coalition wars. You could always end up in a 1v1 at a minimum. It could also get worse, but you should always be prepared for the 1v1. I confronted her about that, and long story short, I am now 1 turn away from fighting Shinyu and 2 turns away from fighting Agartha. Oh, so he went to the Shinyu player, really upset, and now the Shinyu player is just saying, well, fine, I'll attack you too then. So, this is probably the worst of both worlds. Whatever, bring it. How awful could it be to fight players who turn on their allies the minute they lose, right? I have a couple of options about what I could do, including these sexy Iron Order mages. Let's see. Alright. So here's the raiding game. So we've got Irene losing a little archer raid. We've got a few Emerald Knights out running around. The Legionnaires kill some birds. Some Allay Legionnaires and Knights raid some stuff. The army does move on the cap, kills the cap PD. The lumber construct is cleared out. That was something that needed to get done. We have another raid from Machaka against Yes, but Yes is going to be okay with this in the short term because they're getting to kill Oceania. They can always come and retake this stuff. This is not the kind of long-term piece that Machaka is probably hoping to get. And Yes still has a pretty big garrison in their actual fort as opposed to the Palisades. Alright. So I think Yes might be able to turn this around after killing Oceania and maybe also kill Machaka. We'll have to see how that goes. Alright, and then we've got Pyrene Raid getting killed by a grab bag from Pythium. Mostly only losing Blackhawks, so this went pretty well. Yeah, that was here. And then we've got the Battle of Na'Ba. So Jotunheim finally moving to clear out Na'Ba. We'll see how it goes. We've got a bunch of Thrims herdings. We got a Malika with an Eye Shield. He did get the Bronze Colossus back. There's no gems or gear on it, though, which is super disappointing unless it came back just this turn and he hasn't had time to gear it. But generally speaking, if you're doing a cap defense and you're down to just your capital, most players are willing to trade you gear for your Titan or whatever so that you can cause as much attrition as possible to whoever's invading you. It just takes a little bit of diplomatic work. But a lot of players, when they're dying, they just kind of tap out. They're not willing to put in the extra little effort to cause pure grief to their opponents. Let's see. So we got a couple of Astral 1 Veti Hags. They're going to be doing Body Ethereal to help get through the walls. And we've got, I imagine this Geej is going to be doing the same thing. And they're kind of lined up in such a way where they can maybe go after these wall archers. So we'll see how this goes. Now the wall archers have a short bow that does 11 or a great bow that does 18. The Geecha's got 30 hit points, so she'll probably be fine unless she gets hit by several shots. But these Veti Hags, they could get one tapped, which is, I think, why this group is forward deployed to pull archery fire. Let's go ahead and see how it goes. Did one of those Hags already get hit? Yeah, so this one already got hit by a great bow for 6 points. Ooh, this one's routing now. It's down to 1 HP. Because it also got hit by the Falcons. Oh, they do have a little bit of cold res, which is nice. This whole group is, I think it was on hold and attack closest. It's all going for this one Falcon. Now, in some ways, this can be nice because all of this stuff is running out of the gate now. So it's not completely terrible. And also, all the giants are still in range of getting Body Ethereal cast on them. And there's still 2 casters. I wonder if that other one died. No, it got away with 1 HP. Chest wound and weakened. Now, this is a matchup I have tested a little bit, because I played a game as Na'Ba, and fought a first war against Jotunheim. The Thrums herdings are, in short, very difficult for Na'Ba to deal with. So, wouldn't be surprised if they just kind of walk over all the troops here. A few of the Thrums herdings are even already in combat. And this guy, this Colossus with a kit would be so... I wonder if it could kill this whole army, honestly. And then it could have sallied, maybe, and killed the whole besieging army. And then we'd have a game again. But he's got no kit for it. I wonder if, maybe with like some point buffing, if he still couldn't do it. It's got 33 protection. These guys hit for 29, so they do chip, mostly. It's got 126 hit points. What's the buff script? Earth Power. This form, Iron Skin, Flying Shield. Yeah. And he didn't storm with the Smasher thugs. Oh, he's got one. The Thrumscoat is routing. What happened to him? Fought a bunch of Na'Ba soldiers. That's fine. Got hit by a great bow for a fair bit of damage. 10 points of damage. Oh, but it was a crit, so it went for 20. Did he just eat that great bow hit? Oh, and then got hit by another Adite Archer for 11. Reduced to, oh, I guess, yeah, for 11. So the Adite Archer's taking a toll on the Thug. Where is he? Oh, there he is. So this is the Smasher Thug that was needed to help deal with the Bronze Colossus. And I don't know where the second Smasher Thug is, because it looks like... Yeah, it's not present. So maybe he just assumed he'd be fine with one. And with Body Ethereal on the Bronze Colossus... Yeah, I mean, put a little kit on this guy, and I wonder if it could have sallied and even killed Smasher Thugs. This is a disaster for Jotunheim. We might lose this Veti Hag as well. Yep. And this is a commander, so losing this would also be painful. Oh, gets away. Alright, this is not good for Jotunheim. He killed a little bit of stuff. None of this stuff matters. I mean, I love Na'Ba pulling in the scouts, though, to even fight with the scouts. This is exactly the right amount of salt. This is something I would do. It's like, you're gonna kill everything I've made all game. Alright. So, Bronze Colossus helps kill 25 Thrums Herdings on the eve of war. And Na'Ba might be able to crawl back into this a little bit, unless he gets Dom killed. Alright. So, checking this out. So, Na'Ba is still alive. The fort is now uncracked. He's going to have to re-crack the fort. So, at this point, you might as well try to Dom kill, except now you're about to fight Xenu and Agartha. He's completely unprepared for any sort of war. I mean, he's got a growing amount of stuff here and here, but the pulling in the aggro from Xenu... Let's see, Chitter Palm. Yeah. Like, this is... And I think Xenu was probably not really sure maybe what to do about Pythium and Pyrene, because Pythium's already taken most of this. There's no real spoils here for Xenu. So Pythium's about to be a 2-cap. Xenu just kind of keeps walking back and forth, but now they've got an opportunity to get a lot of land. So they're looking at Jotunheim, and they'll want to finish this real fast. Because if Pythium finishes their war with Pyrene, and Xenu's still fighting Jotunheim, I think it's an obvious choice for Pythium to attack Xenu and join Jotunheim. Even if Agartha ends up killing Jotunheim, just the Xenu stuff being out of position will be enough to maybe make that a favorable war for Pythium. And then if Pythium does that, then they have their full column. And Machaka can't do anything about it because they've got Yis on their ass. And then like Na'Ba's toast. Like, there's no coalition that can happen against Pythium in this scenario. Except maybe Agartha could swap sides. But I imagine this is going to be a hell war. So I think this is setting up Pythium. Assuming this fight goes well, it's setting them up to take the whole column. And they should be a very dominant force. Together with Yis. And I imagine there might be peace between these two for now. Because Yis wants to kill Oceania. It's going to take him a while to siege all these forts. Well, maybe not. These forts aren't much. But yes, it's going to want to consolidate a little bit, and then they've still got their war with Machaka that they can finish. So I see Yes being a late game presence. I can see Agartha being a late game presence. Yeah, as long as they, because Yes is busy and Pythium will be busy. And then who else could I see being a late game presence? I think right now it's just seeming like those three. And everyone else looks food-like. We'll have to wait and see. And then taking a quick look at graphs. Yeah, Pythium just shooting up the charts off these Pyrene spoils. They've got a big research lead. All right. So I think that's it for this turn. I'll go ahead and pull up turn 33. All right, there's not a lot of action here, but it might be interesting enough to go ahead and pull each one up. There's almost certainly a couple of duds in here, but I don't think it'll be a big deal. I'm sending Na'Ba a free Bracers of Protection, and thanks for the nice present this turn. With the loss of those 30 Sacreds, that's the end of Jotunheim representing a threat to me in mass battle. My only remaining concern is murdering Winter. I mean, that's assuming that Jotunheim is research, which I think it could be a stretch. I don't remember from the graphs, but we can check. And I'm going to make the gamble that they haven't been able to research that yet. I think that's fair. I had a slightly more sophisticated plan, but now it's going to be a full press attack, aiming to take as much land as possible while sending an overwhelming force at the capital. Pythium has completely turned around their war with Pyrene, and their size is worrying me. It should, because I think they could get a lot bigger. I'm happier than before that I left Shiniyama to fight them. I hope they will be able to slow Pythium down. I'm surprised Pythium has taken the initiative and is advancing on my border with Shinu. Still, for the moment, they are not my concern. Long term, I'm putting the brakes on Sentinel summons to focus on items and building a small Earth Gem reserve. The Earth Gem reserve can also be useful because as long as he has the right mages, he can summon Sentinels where they're needed if one of his forts gets put under siege. The Magma Kid summons are going to proceed apace. I have the spells to buff them now, and they, along with 15 Olms, are going to serve as my strategic reserve in the cap. In case of any more unexpected diplomatic developments. I need one with my slow movement, and it's better use of them than sending them to die in the cold. Yeah, that's fair. Oh, and we get a Jotunheim message. The number of things that went against me this turn. I mean, bad play is one thing, but nothing will surprise me now. I think he should have sent both Smasher Thugs in. I know he has two. To me, that was a bit greedy. But we'll see how he does. Alright, I've complained enough. Try to salvage it. And then we've got yes. The Diplo keeps Diploing. That's how I feel in games sometimes too. Utgard, after a series of rather public failures against Na'Ba's Bronze Colossus, is now under assault by Agartha and Shinu. I have no interest in watching Agartha gain a cap, but I'm also not really in a position to attack him myself. Yeah, he needs to finish his Oceania war, and then he can meddle all he wants. I need to fix my research infrastructure, get some temples up, lots more dom pressure than I was expecting, and get some land going. Mind blast bait first. I guess those marrow that he's been hiring can also serve for that. So and he is prioritizing the amphibious recruits rather than just going for raw siege strength really quickly, which is good long term because it means he can bring all that mind blast bait up on land. So that's why he's prioritizing marrow. So I've let Utgard negotiate a truce between me and Machaka. I get the waste in 84 back, necessary for my sailing connections. He gets to keep my Well of Pestilence fort in 66. Utgard gets to try to convince Machaka to go after Agartha. Utgard... Oh, Jotunheim? Jotunheim gets to try to convince Machaka to go after Agartha. Okay. So, I mean, getting this peace between Yis and Machaka will have a big impact on game state, which he may well do if he's willing to give away some provinces to open up a wider corridor. Good timing on this one, since I was about to annihilate Machaka's entire stack, but I think I'm better off racing to grab a few thrones than trying to grind through more forts for now. Yeah, and there's some good thrones in his area, too. We've been waiting for someone to take those. Okay. Yeah, I like the this is pretty good from Yes. Let's go ahead and see. So we've got Pyrene and Pythium. Let's go ahead and see what's happening here. So a little raid, kill some PD. All right, we've accidentally spoiled this, but we got the Bronze Colossus now with an eye shield, which is, I guess, nice, but I would still love to see it have a weapon. Specifically an armor-piercing weapon. This Bronze Colossus is 28 strength. Something like a GSS would really help kill these Smasher thugs, potentially, like this guy. So, but I think we have an idea about what's about to happen here. So both Smasher thugs are present. We've got a Scrotty for one of them, and the Thrumsgoad for the other. If I remember right, I thought it was two Thrumsgoads in the past, but maybe, oh, one's crippled, one's lame. He's running low on chassis, it seems like. This one's mute, so he makes an okay thug in terms of his ability to run forward, because he can also do quicken self. Yeah, I wouldn't have left the cap without having a full kit on this guy. And I still feel like certain players would be willing to trade you that kit. Yeah, so directly in front, the Smasher Thug trading blows with the Bronze Colossus. So it takes some damage here. Gets hit in the head for 27 points of damage. I mean, if that were a natural sword or something, might have died. And then, let's see. It hits the Bronze Colossus with Shatter for 24, Shatter for 22, Shatter for 17, Shatter for 23. So they're just trading blows back and forth. The Scrotty Thug does eventually end up winning. Is left at 4 HP now, but has lost both eyes and is mute. So honestly, only, I guess it's an effect on hit, so doesn't necessarily need to be amazing. Alright, so does indeed kill the Bronze Colossus again. Does lose a Veti Hag. We can see how the Hag died. Maybe it just froze out? I'm not sure. Oh, maybe it was like flying shards or something too. Oh, shockwave. Alright. So it does get one more little mage kill in there. Let's see, Golfalos. Got a little Barb squad going up against some PD. Alright. And then this is just retaking this. I mean, this looked... maybe there were trust issues here, because this crew looked ready to fight. Got some pings. 7 more Thrims hurtings go down. Oh boy. So Jotunheim attacks Shinu. However, it's in the dark against a lot of cavemen. So the cavemen in the dark have 9 attack for 28 damage. They also have a cold resist, which makes a big difference against these cold auras. Yeah, the chill 3. And in the dark, the Thrims hurtings have 13 attack and 29 damage, also 20 protection. So you need a lot of these guys, but they can hit through the protection. and, you know, they've only got 14 defense. So they get almost a full surround. Okay, the other nice thing about cavemen is they actually have pretty nice morale, but because of their low protection and high hit points, they do have a tendency to rout just from the sheer amount of damage they take. But this time, it's kind of their ideal use case is against an enemy with just single attacks, not a lot of attack density, but has a fair bit of HP for the cavemen to just kind of hit into. So that is, let's see. Yeah, that's 7 Thrum Starting Sound, only kills 13 of the cavemen. And generally speaking, it's really inefficient to do cavemen PD, but it can be really easy to hire a mob of them. So pretty well done there by Shinu. All right, let's see Oof in red. We've got Wolf Riders. Ooh, but back here, looks like we might have a Bakemono thug. Yeah. So this guy's twice born. He's got a couple of fire gems. Enlarged Stygian skin, Moss body, lesser winter ward. In case he runs across sacred, summon earth power. Liquid body, quickness. Which means he used a water gem there. Oh, and fire shield now. So the Wolf Riders are busy dealing with the PD, and this guy's getting all ready to go. So fire shield now, temper armors. Oh, and they're just on cast. Okay, so big blade wind comes out. They're all fatigued to hell, but I mean, this guy is pretty gnarly. So he's got 27 protection, 37 hit points, 13 attack with a quarterstaff, no weapon. Would be really nice to have a weapon if you're gonna point buff so much. Does at least get 5 reinvig a turn, so is recovering that fatigue pretty quickly. Let's see, and the encumbrance on melee attack is 3, so it is fatigue negative. So the longer the battle goes, the better this gets. Mostly relying on the fire shield for killing power, and I guess spells. So I guess they will keep fatiguing out if they're casting magic, but the magic seems to be pretty good so far. And it looks like the PD has actually held up reasonably well. We've got a raised dead. And so this one holds. Kills 14 Wolf Riders and a Chief, loses nothing. None of the PD even died. Didn't even kill a militia. So, alright. And then we've got some Raptors going out. They do get mostly a surround, so they kill the leadership. This should be a success for the mercenary company, but most of them died or routed. All right. So 21 Raptors go down. They barely beat 6 PD. No, this is more than 6 PD. This might be 15 PD. All right. We got a death match scheduled. Earth Gnome dies, Storm Demons attack and kill a Turtle Warrior. And then a Barb attack on Agartha. So let's go ahead and see where that is. So that's underground here. So these goblins, because of the Oracle here, they might be here to protect this Oracle. They might be a little bit trapped. This Agarthan force. Oh no, they're not fighting, are they? No, they just need to figure out, oh, but this spreads disease. That's annoying. It does find a gorge, though. Let's see, any other attacks underground? Here's the caveman fight. And then Yeah, this group is still cut off by these knights, though. All right. I wonder if he might be able to build the Shenu player might be able to build a thug to kill those knights at some point. We'll have to see. All right. So for the initial attack, the Storm Demon's trying to help out. Agartha seems to be in pretty good shape. We have the big army meant for the cap here. This is a lot of new Jotunheim stuff. Looks like some mercs. Yeah, so God's Justice. And then still leaving some stuff on Na'Ba. I don't know where all this stuff came from. It didn't seem like it was there last turn. We'll have to take a look at the army graph. Oceania still hasn't cracked this fort. There must be a lot of crap in here. Okay. And then, what's this? This is 3 gems. So, yes gets the wasteland, does give up the fort, but might not care as much about it since it's a leper fens fort. And then, let's see. And then what does Machaka do with their life? I mean, you got Pythium in your box of 9 or whatever. I don't know if you try to restart war with Pythium. It sounded like maybe there would be a corridor made to attack Agartha for Machaka, but we'll see if Machaka takes them up on that. They've got their monolith, they've got their doom stack still. So still very much a big player. 4 gems there, it's so nice. Alright. And then yeah, this is the Golden Throne. If Yes picks that up, that'll be a big pickup. And the Throne of Chains breaking into blood on Yes might, I mean, this might be enough income to maybe get the odd item or something, maybe empower someone to do a little bit of forging. I don't know if Yes actually wants to try and break into blood. Let's see. And then, yeah, and then Pyrene. Pyrene is cracked, so we might get a big fight next turn. But I think that's it for this episode. Go ahead and take a look at graphs. Pythium down just a tad this turn from that raid, so you see Pyrene up. And otherwise we've got 4 other factions, so kind of like a top 5 at the moment. But Machaka's still got their big stack. For forts, we've got Shenu and Agartha. Income is Pythium, Shenu, Jotunheim, Agartha. Gem income is Shenu. By a fair margin, it seems, although Yes is slowly catching up. For blood income, oh, it's dropped off this turn. Right, because they got put under siege. For research, there we go. For Dominion, we've got Pythium. We'll see if... it's probably not the worst idea in the world, since Pythium has the space for it, to ping, but also to gem bait. Gem baiting the Pyrene army inside, I think would be a very good call. Unless you just want to take the fight and be done with the war. That, if you're feeling confident about the fight, you could just opt for that as well. Army size, we've got 3 big players. We've got Shenu, Pythium, and Agartha. So big increase in army size here. Jotunheim also had a pretty big increase this turn. So they went on a big hiring spree. Then we've got Yes and Pyrene. I guess they just had more than I thought they did. It just looked so empty. All right. And then for ascension points, we've got Agartha and Shenu. But this seems like a reasonable amount of stuff to maybe try and trap or kill one of these smaller groups and then maybe try to fight the big group. We'll see. It looks like there's 3 main raiding groups. Like this could threaten here. This is maybe, these 2 are maybe trundling around supporting the big stack, and then the big stack walks on the capital. So we'll see how this goes. I will see you guys in the next one. Have a good one. Bye.